Okay, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that first video. You know, that was really important for us, real important for me to make sure that you get to know us right off the bat, so that we're not just some, random person up here trying to sell you something and give you a bunch of crazy information. We're going to share with you what we know, and if we don't know something, we'll be the first to tell you. What I want to talk about now is a discussion that we have to have no matter what kind of work we're doing. My background as a personal advisor, I've worked with families and kids, and I've also worked with executives. And anytime we want to change who we are, anytime we want to do something different, we need to know two things. And you're going to hear this throughout these videos. We need to know where we are, and we need to know where we're going, at least to those two things. But I guess it was Muhammad Ali. There's many quotes, but I think one of his quotes was very simple, that it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. What matters is how many times you get up. And I think as we grow, as we try to change into bigger and better people, as we try to change a job, as we try to move into another state, as we change relationships, I mean, goodness knows, we get stuck in the how. We get stuck in the, well, I don't have the money, or well, I don't have the time, or well, this will never work out, or oh, I don't have these skills. We get stuck in, first of all, what we don't know, and we get stuck in, second of all, how do we do it? But those things are important, but in my experience, I don't know about yours, those tend to be not as important as a very single why. We need a drive. We need a reason to get back up off the mat. We need a reason to wake up in the morning and try again. I know you have, you said you failed many times in business. I know I have failed many times in my endeavors. And what keeps us getting up? And my friends, that's why we're here. Because without a solid foundation of why we're doing this, none of it matters, in my opinion. This is my opinion. You can have the how. We can lay out for you Bitcoin and what it is and where to go buy it. Great. But how does that serve you? How does that engage you? How does that let you know what's actually going on? And to me, that is what I want to talk about. So what is your why? What is it that drives you? First of all, what is it about blockchain that you really like? What is your why behind Bitcoin?
All right. I really appreciate what you just quoted from Muhammad Ali, and I think that is a powerful area that brings our whys. To me, throughout my life, I had many challenges, and one of them happened to many people, many of us, in 2008.
Yes.
And I just happened to be, at that time, getting my license to be a life insurance agent and learning about financials. And as I learned more about the financial industry and how money works, I was getting excited about being able to help others understand more about putting a financial needs analysis, putting themselves into pay yourself right now so you can earn when you get older and all that. However, 2008 came and everybody was telling me, Juan, this is the worst time for you to be in this career.
Right.
And I tell you, it was very challenging. I struggled for a couple of years. However, I did not understand what I understand now.
Right.
I see, back then I did not understand that the economy was really bad for those that mentally were not prepared to understand that the economy was great as an opportunity.
Absolutely.
It was a great opportunity for people to invest in many different portfolios, diversify themselves rather than being scared, because those that took advantage of the market being down, today they will be telling you, hey, I'm doing really good.
And that's hard. That's hard. It's in that moment when it looks like things are bleak. it's hard to step up and go, how can I use this to my advantage? So,
Correct. So therefore, as you fail, it is important for you to remember to get up, to understand, to educate yourself so this doesn't happen again. And to me, that was very important, to look for ways throughout, after 2008, to look for ways to better myself, to be well informed, and to be ahead of the game.
And was Bitcoin one of those? Was blockchain one of those that got you in?
And actually, when Bitcoin came, as we spoke before, I was not prepared.
Right.
Because I let that opportunity go. But it came again, which I'm thankful that it came around again. If I was not working that day at that in the coast with my brother-in-law, we probably wouldn't be sitting here.
Right.
However, that moment came, and that was my light bulb going. Remember what happened in 2008?
Right.
Now is your time to really learn one. And because I took that time and went in thinking I'm going to be invested in the monetary system, I understood then that it was not about the money, it was about the technology. And talking about technology is the blockchain.
Right.
And how the blockchain, this simple form of communication of agreeing or disagreeing.
Right. It is black and white. It's amazing.
White, yeah. Zeros and ones.
Right, it is. Zeros and ones.
This simple method was so basic, but so secure, so transparent. People can go in and look at the transactions. They are there.
Yeah. Don't worry, we're going to cover all this. Don't worry.
Yes, in the next few videos. I happened to be at a forum from the Chamber of Commerce probably about a year ago. And the forum was, the speaker was from a bank, one of the local banks here in Oregon. She actually was talking about the high amount of ransoms that the crackers were asking every time they went in and broke into a system, like a hospital, like the airport.
The ransomware.
Right. Ransomware.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar, the ransomware attacks that were going on, and you're using the term crackers, someone has recently educated us that hackers are actually the good guys. They help test systems. Crackers are the ones that take advantage of systems. So that was new to me, but you used it right. I'm proud of you. He would be proud of you too.
Yeah.
Please continue though.
Yes, and so when she was mentioning that they were looking for ways on how to block these crackers from taking the information, I saw the blockchain, and I thought, oh my gosh, this will do it. But I was too late. Somebody already discovered that.
Right.
And now that is what is being used to solve that problem and many problems. And that's the beauty about it, that it doesn't solve just one problem.
Right.
It solves thousands of problems, and there are many problems to come that I believe that blockchain will solve. So, in a nutshell, that's my passion.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I know, you've spent a lot of time helping small businesses, helping Hispanic businesses really get on their feet and really succeed. And there are a lot of pitfalls for non-white cultures, especially in our country, whether you admit it or not. There's different barriers that they have to cross that, just normal white people don't have to cross some of these barriers. And I know you're passionate about educating people and solving problems for people, and so it does make sense that blockchain is just a natural fit for you.
It totally comes in, and let me kind of touch a little bit on that, because I think it's important, especially for the business community, that one of the biggest challenges as a business is that we do not want to modernize ourselves. And what that means is that we have the opportunities to make our businesses better, but we tend to either not want to invest the time or not want to invest the money to do that.
Right.
And when we don't want to invest the time, just to kind of give you an idea in the small spectrum of the many challenges business sometimes encounter is, so you sometimes walk into a business they have a big sign that says, we do not take credit cards.
Right.
And you as a customer have to pay the fee in some places if you use the credit card, 50 cents charge or $1 charge. They don't understand that it's part of the modernization to basically help the customer be comfortable to use that new technology. When we don't do that, when we just say, no, I don't want to take credit cards, I just want cash, you're closing the door to many, and
Right.
those people will work somewhere else. So
It's the way of the world now. I mean, you're fighting a system that you're not going to win.
no, and
Right.
so the key here is let's understand how to modernize our business. And when I go out there and talk to businesses, I talk about business solutions, modernize business solutions, how we can get you to bring a CRM into your system, so that way you can create customer relations management
Right.
in your system. How to send a simple email to your customers to see how you did or how you perform in your business.
Right.
There's many ways that you can connect with your customers, how to create a better culture with your business, with your employees, and so on and so forth. So when education part came for the new evolution of economic evolution of money.
Yeah. It's a good way to put it. It is an economic evolution. Absolutely.
Yeah, and businesses now need to get ready for this trend.
Yeah.
So it fits right on. So you can see my passion.
Yeah, no, I love it, and I'm glad you went off on that, because that's one of the reasons we're sitting here, you and I together, because very similar passions for helping people succeed, for helping people overcome problems, and hopefully by the end of this course, you will understand, or at least have a snapshot of how blockchain is a massive solution that you never thought of. It's something, it came so completely out of left field. Actually, that's the right, out of left field over here. Out of nowhere, somebody solved a problem that we knew we had, but we weren't really sure. It's an amazing thing. So I really appreciate that. Thank you for that. And always remember that you can see us, you can see our why, and we want you to know that, because blockchain, Bitcoin, is a massive why. It's a massive game changer, and if you just dip your toe in, that's okay, but you're not going to see any benefits unless you just really just go for it and jump in and educate yourself and grow. Move to that next edge. And one of my favorite quotes before we wrap up is, there was a caterpillar moving along a branch of the tree, and this beautiful butterfly was circling above and landed right beside, and the caterpillar said, wow, I wish I could be as beautiful as you. I wish I could fly like you. And the butterfly said, well, you can, but you must be willing to give up being a caterpillar. In other words, that metamorphosis, that change has to happen, and that can happen in many ways. Through one of them specifically is education, and having that drive to be something new, to be something more. And now we're getting into my passion and that motivation and that psychology behind it. So here we are, and here we go. In the next video, we're going to dive right into Bitcoin. We're going to dive right into what it is and how it is. And we're going to give you a nice overview of how we got here and just the shift, the absolute revolution that is waiting for us. So thanks for the chat, and
Thank you for inviting me.
we'll see you in the next video.